everyone, welcome to another Journalist Toolbox training. My name's Mike Reilley, the founder and editor of the Journalist Toolbox. Before we get started with today's training, which is Google Flourish Parliament charts, we're going to talk a little bit about Journalist Toolbox, journalisttoolbox.org. This is a free website. You can go into it and open up any of these little tabs here. Contains all things digital and data journalism. I've been updating this website for the last 27 years. And the section I just went into here is the data journalism section. This is the charts and infographics subsection. Has our recent updates at the top and then other tools here underneath. Most of the tools are free or have a small fee associated with them. I've got training videos that are embedded into the pages as well. They're also available up here in the upper right-hand corner. We've got more than 80 training videos on this YouTube channel. We also have a newsletter that is linked right off of here. It publishes every other Tuesday morning around 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Covers all things digital and data journalism. It usually takes about 5 minutes to get through to read. This one was a recap of tools I shared in 2022. And you can see, we've got some training videos in there and some different topics, pretty scannable and easy to read. We always kind of wrap up with a little quote, and there you have it. In just a few minutes of reading your email, you can be up to speed on a new set of tools or resources available to you. So that's Journalist Toolbox. My Twitter handle's up here at Journ Toolbox. If you want to follow me, I'll follow you back. So that's the Toolbox site. Let's get into our training a little bit. So we'll get started here with Google Flourish. Flourish is a tool that's available at Flourish.Studio. It's a free account. It does have a paid version that you can spend a great deal of money on. But the free account's got all of the main templates you would need to create an interactive chart with nothing more than a spreadsheet. You can do animated charts, really cool graphics, countdown tickers, all kinds of really cool things. To build that, we're going to use what's called a Parliament chart template. Parliament charts are used to show, maybe how many Republicans and Democrats are in the House or Senate. You can also use it to show how people in the House or Senate voted on something. So we're going to work with some data from Australia. We're going to show the breakdown because they have several parties. It's kind of a fun one to work with. Several parties, so we can create a Parliament chart for 2013, 2016, and 2019. So the exercise is right here, this bit.ly/Flourish Parliament. And then the data we're going to work with is bit.ly/Flourish Par, P-A-R. If you want to just open up this first document, the second link is linked off of the document. So go ahead and hit pause, set up a free account at Flourish.Studio, and then go to bit.ly/Flourish Parliament and open that document. That's the exercise we're going to work off of. Okay, by now you should have two documents or two tabs open on your browser. Flourish and be logged into it, Flourish.Studio. You can set your account up for free. And also this Parliament chart exercise that I showed you earlier right here, bit.ly/Flourish Parliament. So make sure you have those two open. Okay. First thing we're going to do is download the data set we're going to work with. So go ahead and click on this link here under step 1. And you'll see this little spreadsheet open up. And it's a very basic spreadsheet. It's got the name of the party and each year and the number of members of each party that were in Parliament for that given year. So go to File and hit Download. You can also link right out of Google Sheets in there, but I like to download just to make sure I'm hosting the data in my Flourish, just to, if anything ever happens to this Google Doc, I don't want my graphic to break. So downloading it and then uploading it back up into Flourish is a good way to go. So if you log into Flourish, you should be able to go and click on New Visualization up here. If you've created visualizations before, They should be right down in here, and you can double click on them and reopen them. But click on New Visualization, and it gives you all of the different types of charts, bar charts, line charts, pie charts, things like that. Projection maps, these are great for elections. You can break down by county or by state, also known as a choropleth map. Scatter plot charts, 3D maps are adding new stuff all the time. Hierarchy charts, I've got another training coming up, training video coming up on how to create a tree map. And as you go down here, there's animated line charts, radar charts, bar chart race, animated bar chart race, good for sports statistics, election results. COVID data works really well in the bar chart race too. Anything that you're measuring over time. So as you scroll through here, you can even do databases here, a little table, searchable table or searchable database. Very simple template to use. We're going to go to the default Parliament chart, which is about 2/3 of the way down. And you can see right here, there's the default template. You can open it up. And you can see it's got some dummy data in here. Every template you work with has dummy data. It shows 3 different years and this number of seats that have changed over the years. You can click on the tabs 2015, 2017, and 2018. And we can adjust the colors and stuff as we go. So let's go up here to the Data tab. Okay, this is where we upload the data. Here's the dummy data that appears in here. Anything under the pink or purple tabs is what appears in your chart. Pretty simple. If it's not in pink or purple, it won't appear in the chart. It's always previewed in the lower right. So let's go ahead and upload the data. So go ahead and hit the upload button and then go find your Australia Parliament chart data, which is in your downloads folder. You can upload Excel or CSV files. Either one will work. Okay, and you want party name A, and then B, C, and D is the data, so that's correct. We'll click back on our preview tab here, and it looks a little weird. We want it fitting into this full half circle here, this half donut. So to make that work, we've got to go up here and change the number of seats in the Parliament layout. You want to type in 148 and hit return. Now they all fit in, okay? You just had to adjust that number, okay? Now we've got our breakdown. Notice how our font here, our text kind of runs off the page here. It's kind of covered by the arc. We'll adjust that in a minute. Notice our tabs work here, 2013, 2016, and 2019. Okay, and this is kind of an interesting one. It's not just red and blue because of Republicans or Democrats. We've got several different parties represented here. I can change my color tab by clicking on colors, go down and select a different color panel. I can reassign my colors by just going back to the pull down menu and going to the rainbow colors or whatever I want to do here. Okay. Number formatting, you always want to click it to a round number. We don't work with decimals, but this is fine here because all the numbers are rounded off anyway. Header and footer, we'll put our headline and our footnote at the bottom. The footnote should always be your credit and where the data came from. So I'll give you that on the assignment sheet here. So we've already made it down, through step 5 of 6 right here. You want to go to the Labels tab now. Labels tab is step 7 here. The Labels tab will allow you to adjust the font size of both the seat count, the big number here, so I can take it down to 3, maybe make it not quite as big. I'll make it 3.1. And now, the number's there, but it's not quite as huge as before. And the size here, I'll take down just a little bit to 0.75. And now it looks like our titles are a smaller font so they don't run off. This Liberal National Party of Queensland And Liberal Party of Australia are running over a little bit, so I'll take it down to 0.65. Let's see how it looks. You don't want to get it too small because it won't play very well on your mobile device then. So that's pretty good. We're in pretty good shape there. So 3.1 is 0.6. You can kind of play with these, you know. We boldface these. I could boldface the lower number 2 or the party name 2. But it's kind of cool having the number in boldface and the party name in just regular font size. So let's go to the header. The header gives me a title, subtitle, or text options. I usually do at least a title and then the subtext, which typically is a sentence or two that explains what's in the chart. And we give you on the exercise handout, here's the Australia Parliament chart breakdown. And I'll put it in where it says title, hit return. I'll also drop it in the upper left-hand corner here. So we want to have a working title up here. That's what you'll see when you reopen your software to work with your template. Text field, we want to have this sentence here. And now we'll go to the footer. And our source on this is Australia Parliament, and it gives us a link. It's very important to link off to where your data comes from. Source name is Australia and the source URL goes right next to it. Under note, I put in my credit, graphic Mike Reilley, and I can make it flush right too. It's kind of small. I mean, I could always take up the font size a couple points on it, make it a little bigger, easier to read. You also can add some styles to it. For the header, I can center it. I can give the title some color. So I can click there under styling, make it boldface, pick a color for it, give it a little flavor. Boldface or regular font. Same with my subtitle and text. Now it looks like I've got a pretty good graphic here. Interactive. If I want to publish it, I just go to Export and Publish in the upper right-hand corner. I want to hit Publish. It'll ask me to publish again. Canva has the majority ownership of this tool of Flourish. Bought it in February 2022 from Google. Google still has a little bit to do with it. But now you can add this to Canva presentations. You can download a static image if you wanted to. This being an interactive chart with 3 tabs, you probably wouldn't want to do that. But if it was just a basic bar line chart, static image is fine. It gives you embed options, JavaScript, accelerated mobile pages, or iframe. Or you can just click on the link here and you can open it up, and this is what it looks like on the live web. You got your working title up here, your headline, description, credit, and source down at the bottom. And then you can click across here. It gives you this nice little table too. It shows how many seats any of these parties picked up or lost between 16 and 19. So pretty cool little parliament chart here. Again, this could be a very good tool if you have a very close vote in the Senate or in the House. You can put a large number of seats in here just by adjusting that number. It'd be good, for our last midterm election, we had some very close races in the Senate. And the balance of the Senate, was in jeopardy for a while. The Dems wound up holding on to the majority, but, this would be a really good way to break it down. So these charts, pretty simple to build. Once you kind of get the hang of building the data for it, and you can always look on any template and see, the dummy data, the party name, and then the year and the number of seats. That's really all you have to have. So that's Parliament charts. Hope you found this one helpful. We'll have some more Flourish graphics coming up, a few sports ones and some other things in later training videos.